How much of your investment decisions are affected by your emotions? We talked to certified financial planner Joseph Carbone Jr. about this X factor in business. That's today's In the Spotlight. Okay, Joe, thanks for joining us today.
Sure.
All right, so today we're talking about emotional investing. Now, traditionally, I would think that a lot of people think, okay, well, isn't it supposed to be about the fundamentals, the research, the numbers, and that sort of thing? And you say, not necessarily.
It's really about the psychology and where the clients have come from and what their personal experience have shaped them. And of course, it's about the numbers and the investments and the financial planning that we're doing, but it's really about getting inside the emotional aspect of what we're trying to accomplish. That really is the most important thing.
I understand that in some cases what may be the best solution for a client is not necessarily the best solution for them, given what they're going through. Explain that to us.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it happens all the time. I say it's wealth management for the real world. We're not inside of a classroom. We're doing things that shape everyone's lives. And sometimes the right type of investment might not allow that person to be able to sleep at night. Really quick story. I worked with a client once whose, husband just passed away, and she was really concerned about, about having everything safe and liquid, and all she wanted was FDIC insurance. So we set her up with a 12-month laddered CD portfolio with some low-risk exposure to stocks. And for 95% of my clients, that's the worst thing to do. But for her, it was the best thing to do. And when I talk to her every month, she's completely content and at ease at what she's doing.
As I was researching this topic, I noticed that a lot of the topics, the article titles, said how to avoid emotional investing, and it really was connoted as a negative.
Yeah.
Is it ever a positive, or how do you turn it into a positive?
It's not so much of a positive to use your emotions to invest. It's terrible to use your emotions to invest, but it's naive to think that you're not going to, right? So when you're working with people, the best solution is to try to understand what their emotions are. I call it statement shock value. When you get your statement in the mail, and you look at it 1 month and it's worth this, and then it goes down by that, what's your shock value? Am I down 500? Am I down 1,000? Am I down 50,000? What's that number that puts you at ease to where you're going to pick up the phone and call and say, hey, what's going on? So at the end of the day, you have to understand what the emotions are. You should never react to your emotions and sell or make investment decisions on them, but you have to certainly understand what they are to make sure that you don't react to your emotions.
So what are the kinds of questions viewers at home should think about to avoid emotional investing that's going to be negative for them?
Well, what they really need to think about is, what is my true risk? And don't put it in terms of a percentage, because your mind doesn't think in percentages. Okay, I'm down 5%, 10%, 15%. What they need to understand is, what dollar amount am I comfortable losing? So you have to figure out what that amount is. So you need to really understand what your comfort level is, or your not comfort level is, and put it on paper and figure it out.
How do you figure it out?
Primarily, I would say working with a professional, since I am one, but there's so many tools and there's so much technology now that really helps you do that.
Give us examples. Where can people go online?
Morningstar.com, to view that, Forbes, Barron's. There's a million different places that you can go to look things. All of the custodians, Schwab's, TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, they all have free risk tools. But a really easy thing is just write down your account value and then look at each month and say, okay, what am I comfortable going down? If you have $100,000 invested, write down my statement value of $90,000. Does that make you lose sleep, or does that make you want to pick up the phone? Well, then you have your answer.
What is the most important thing that people need to keep in mind when it comes to emotional investing?
The most important thing that they need to keep in mind when it comes to emotional investing, Giovanna, is to make sure that they're comfortable with what they're doing, that they understand what their psychological well-being is and what they're trying to accomplish. And then from there, you can put together the best plan to get where you have to go.
Okay, sounds good.
Sure.
Thank you so much.